Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to a Grand Cross video, and today we have a new banner, Ludociel and Gerard, and basically you see by the thumbnail and title pretty much, is a don't summon. Like I said yesterday, I was going to give Netmarble a chance here and see what they do differently, and you know what, they do something a little bit different because, well, if you spend how much here? 180 diamonds, you're going to get a full set of attack and defense gear, which will be random. For new players, this wouldn't be too bad, but bear in mind, this is like the first thing you've ever done on Global, but it does come back a few times, so don't be tempted by the gear here. It's definitely, I mean, don't get me wrong, spending 180 diamonds and getting, you know, one rotation and getting a full set of, I guess, equipment may be good for you. So I can't say don't summon. Well, I mean, I can. Don't summon, right? Because it's just not worth. The main reason why is because the ban is actually kind of trash. You have Gerard, which is one of the worst SRs in the game, or SSRs. Then we have Ludociel or Flash. This guy is sick. Like, if you get him, he's sick, right? But the only thing is, he's sick if you get him 6/6 and you get him cosmetics and you are gear. If you don't, his passive don't work. So I think we can head to the actual box, right? And check where they are. So Ludociel is here. Okay, we can. So I did make a video yesterday on him, so you can watch that. But like that was on the JP side, so you can now see his full stats in English. So this skill here is basically Darius and also the one skill on JP at least. Literally the best skill card in the game. Well, not maybe not the best one, but the most strongest hitting one. 600% of attack. This is going to do a ton of damage, and it works very well with his actual passive. Because if this does crit, which is I mean this is level 1. Okay, so his crit chance is 5%, but I think it will go up the more you increase him, right? This skill here, this is not the worst skill. It's not as good as you think. So it does 2 times damage to Rupture, which basically just means it's very good against Elizabeth's shield. But most AoE skills, especially like Lost Veins, just break Elizabeth's shield anyway. So like, there's no real purpose thinking, oh, let me get this card or get this character just for this skill, just to counter Elizabeth. Any AoE skill does it. It's no actual, I guess, benefit. For buff damage, I guess no one really uses buff. Like, you may find a Blue Eastern every now and again. Actually, probably never, let's be real. So you're not going to really find it. That being said, I did verse someone yesterday who was using Green Gill Thunder in the sub, and Ludociel's this skill here worked out quite well. Not the greatest, but still, it's not the worst skill to have. It will break Elizabeth's shield. This skill here, I guess the gold one will do a little bit more damage, but yeah, it's something handy, right? It can deal with Elizabeth quite a bit, just not something you should like go out for just to try and deal with Elizabeth, right? It's not a counter, just to deal with her. His ultimate though is actually kind of sick. However, once again, it depends on his ultimate level. So it inflicts 350 damage onto all enemies, so AoE, and it creates a barrier equal to 20% of damage, right? I believe it goes up to 100 or 60. No, I think 80% of damage dealt if it's 6/6. So AoE damage, you're going to do probably like 200k, 300k, and you're going to do what 80% of that damage as a shield. So it pretty much, Ludociel is almost invincible for a few more turns afterwards. That's kind of sick. Not only that, he has a Grace for the first time in the game. He evades skills with Petrify, Freeze, or Stun for 2 turns. Now, the best part about this, obviously I did say yesterday, it can go on anyone, I guess anyone in the game. Like, you can put him in your association and the Grace will affect the person in game. So not only, like, if you're not using him, he will actually affect the game if he's in like the link slot. It's actually kind of sick. I say it does not apply in deathmatch, so that's kind of, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. And then, like I said, the passive here, this is a dirty passive, boys. If you get this to go off, it's insane. So decreases defense for their stats of all enemies who have lower CC than him by 40%, right, for 3 turns. This is massive. Like, this is like one of the best passives in the game. But you have to get him, you know, you have to have him higher CC than everyone. And it's quite hard because, well, most of us, we've been using Escanors at the Lost Veins, the Medios, Elizabeths, you know, we give them UR gear. So this guy coming to the game now where he just has one character, you have to buy all this cosmetic, which right now costs money. You also have to get his UR gear, which once again, quite expensive just for one single character. Quite a lot, right? Thankfully, he's blue. I mean, that's a really good spot to be in. He's also a goddess, which you may actually be a bad thing, to be fair, because you always use Elizabeth, right? Elizabeth is like a must use in most teams, and it's always kind of go for. So you're not going to get Ghost's passive if you're using this guy Elizabeth, which is a little bit of a downside. But to be fair, most of his main teams kind of revolve around crit characters, so you can kind of get away with not using Elizabeth in that team. But that is Ludociel, a pretty good character. He doesn't get added into any coin shops or part 2 banners. If they ever do a part 3 banner, he will be in there. But he does get added into like a little, I just showed it yesterday. We don't have it yet. I don't think so, right? If I go to my draw. He gets added to here. Yeah, this one here. So, got this right now. You could save your tickets. Like, I have, what, 12? I mean, I might as well save it. I'm not trying to get anyone. I mean, you don't get too many, but you will have a decent chance to get him at 6%. So, it's not the worst chance. You could get him, just saying. Don't rely on it, but you may get him in the future, but just on that. Plus, Sario and Tamio does come out in the future, and Ludociel is on that banner. Ludociel isn't a limited unit. He's going to be in a few banners, like how you have, I guess, Arthur and Deldry. Maybe not Deldry, right? Because she's on every single banner. But you're going to see him quite a few times. Like what we had with Escanor and Demon Melee. He'll be on a few banners every now and again, especially if they're bad, to be honest with you. And I guess the last character to talk about is Garrod. So I know she's banned. I've not actually seen what she can do. So she's fairy, green, so she's going to get one bang by Lost Fane. So this skill here cancels stances, right? It does. So absolutely useless. Like, no one's running around with stance skills. And like the damage multiplier is so low. So it's not all enemies. So I can see that being somewhat useful in the JP Mail with Sario, or as a Tamio and Esterosa. But like, getting that on a gold though, isn't it? Okay, or a silver. It's not really worth it. It does nothing. And this skill here is heals all allies and fills ultimate gauge. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure Seaton got a 6-6. I'm sure he'll find some use for that. It's not the worst. And that is pretty bad, to be honest with you. It's kind of bad. And then, once again, cancel buffs and stances. Just kind of useless. It's onto one enemy as well. Garrod's absolutely trash. And then the passive kind of makes or break a character. Heals all allies HP by 1% of the max HP for every orb filled. So if they have, what, 5 orb gauge and you have 10k or 100k HP, you're going to heal for 5%. So what, 5k heal? That's bad. Like, I mean, most people, if you can get it, it's 200k HP. Like, you are gear, like, max stuff. So you're going to heal for, what, 20k? You're going to heal for 10k HP if you're max orb gauge. That's not the greatest. Like, I think Elizabeth, like, if you, the hostess Elizabeth, the SR one, heals more than that. It's not good. But yeah, that is all for today. Just don't summon. Like, a lot of people are going to see, oh, what, this new system to get free equipment, let me do one rotation. Just don't. We don't know what's coming in the future in terms of a collab. We could get collab in the future. We don't know. And as well, Festival King is coming in 2 weeks' time. If you did want to summon for him, even though I still recommend skipping. Like right now, I have 900. I could guarantee myself, I could guarantee myself a Festival King, but I'd rather not. I'm going to save that for Escanor or Green Eastern. Greaston, well, we don't know when she's coming, but if she does drop one time, I do want to guarantee myself a copy. Plus, once again, Global does things a little bit different. You never know when he drops something, a surprise. Just save stuff. Don't pull this guy. You can do without him, boys. He's even if the passive works, yes, it's fun. Yes, there's a lot of damage, but you can still just put up a shield. It's you can get away with it. So thank you guys for watching, and peace.